What up, everyone? Almost didn't put out a video tonight, but as you can see, we're in the world of Fallout 4. Something I haven't done video wise, but tonight I thought we'd have a chat about the modding scene for this game on the PlayStation 4 console. To start with, it's been available for, I don't know, about a month now, maybe? Something like that? Give or take a week or two. And I'm still seeing people of other putting up videos saying, all you do is press on, when the menu pops up, mods, and then go straight into it. This is not true. This is not the first step. The first step is to go to Bethesda.net website, sign up. They'll send you a confirmation email, you reply, go to the website, sign in with that email, make sure it works, then you come here, click on mods, and the first time you do it, you sign in with the same email and password, and it will come up like it did there. That gives you the handy little warning. But you only need to put the password and email in for the first time. It does it automatically every time after that. Which is handy. Now, a lot of people in the YouTube community at large have been complaining about the limited 1 gigabyte file space allocation per user. Me, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, they could have just said no outright. And they didn't. They worked on it eventually, and eventually they got it working. Just updating a few of the mods. Now, one of the reasons why I think the limited file system, whatever you want to call it, is actually not bad. It has taught people how to mod effectively without going nuts on the file size. I mean, yes, it's limited. You can't import anything. You have to use in-game stuff only. But that in and of itself isn't such a bad thing. Why? Because it can prevent unnecessary breakages of the game. Not all 100%, as crashes do still occur, but, you know, the smaller the file size, the less loading time on a console too. And you can actually get quite a surprisingly large amount of mods in that 1 gig file size. I mean, as you can see, my library, I haven't counted 2, 3, 4, let's do that now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, about 65 separate mods I've downloaded. And I still have over 860 megs free space. You know, complaining over the mod size is pointless. You can get more than enough mods and still have space left over. If you want to, you can pause at any time and read what they all are if you like, but really, it's a mix of new settlements. There's mods I've downloaded that change locked and unusable buildings to explorable ones. There's a couple that revamp world textures. And there's also some in there. Oh, can't even remember what they all do now. There's ones that give resources. There's ones that make constructing and building and crafting and all that be resource free. This one here, Geeks Tweaks, this is impressive as to what it actually does. It's a lot of little fiddly stuff. I haven't played it yet, but from the sounds of it, it's impressive. About 200 different game parameters, from NPC strategy, tactics, to personal stats, weapon stats, and not insane either, more balanced. It balances a lot of things, makes a lot of little improvements here and there, makes it a lot more real and believable world from what it all says. And there is a lot of range out here. People have been doing some incredible mods with the limited availability of resources that Sony enforced. The little down arrows are ones I've downloaded personally. I mean, most popular today, cheat room, that is just the debug room, I think. Or no, it's a different one. It still gives you every item in the game pretty much just like the original debug mode room does, with all items and weapons and power armor and all the good stuff. So what else is trending today? Just a lot of cosmetic stuff. There's new settlements, like I said. Didn't see that one. That must be recent, fairly recent update. There's weapon mods. Highest rated. It's just a big mix of stuff. A lot of people are liking the simple green, which adds green grass and green leaves to a lot of areas. What else I was gonna say? I wanted to talk specifically about this, but Now I've forgotten what else I wanted to mention. I'm tired, it's late. Oh well, anyway, you can tell I'm still not familiar and uncomfortable with talking like this. This will improve over time as I get more comfortable in myself chatting to the world at large. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't think you really need over the top mods. I really don't. I mean, yes, for PC and even Xbox, the ability to import textures and scripts and all the other stuff can make the game a lot more interesting. But me personally, I find it's over the top. I've played games on PC. I've modded. I've had fun. And then lost interest. For me, gaming is about the story, about the journey. Not specifically about the end or the combat, but the story behind the journey. And I can go into why in a later video if anyone is interested. But yeah, that is a story for another time. And now I've forgotten where I was. That was one sidetrack I wasn't planning on going down, and this is why. But yes. Anyway, as you can see as we scroll down, there's numerous mods for all sorts of things. And you don't need a lot anyway. Depending on what you want to and how you play, can really determine which ones you get. If you just want to build, then there are mods specifically for making things resource cheap, resource free, extra resources, place items anywhere, as we saw in the menu just on this one screen. There's mods for specific DLC, there's mods that cover all DLC, there's ones for just the base game. There's ones that affect just your companions, there's ones that do NPCs for the world around you. Ones that change weather, make the world a more realistic, more real life closeness, proximity thing. This probably sounds painful to listen to, and I apologize. Right now it's 11 o'clock and I'm tired. I was going to go into more, I really was, but I forget what I wanted to say. I'm gonna have to start writing this stuff down beforehand, give myself a script. Until I get better at this, I think I'm gonna have to. Well, just a short one. And as you can see, we're still going through the headings. I mean, landscape and environmental are kind of the same. I'll give you that. But there are a massively wide range, and they're all so small file size wise, yet they do so much. They really do. It is damn impressive what some of the people who make these mods have achieved with so little file sizes. I don't know how they do it personally. I mean, there's even quest lines. Zombie Walkers is fun. It puts you in more of a zombie apocalypse than a nuclear wasteland. Although if you start a new game, which I would recommend after installing mods, just start a new character. You really have to be careful in the vault when you first wake up. Most of the rad roaches are transformed into feral ghouls, renamed zombies. And when you're a level 1 character, they hit hard. So I would suggest coupling the Zombie Walkers one with one of the mods that gives a chest of weapons and armor right next to the cryopod where you wake up, just to give yourself that bit of a boost. And then you could couple that with one of the skills and leveling perks. I mean, there's so many of them as well. If you scroll sideways, and they're just, every single heading is like that. You scroll sideways, and there's just so many of them. Except for that one. I mean, there's not a whole lot in there. But, you know, there is a lot. I keep saying that, don't I? There's a lot there. There's a whole lot there. I mean, compared to PC and Xbox, no, there isn't. And until Sony change their stance and allow the importation of external assets and scripts, there probably never will be. I'm still happy that we've got mods. I mean, this is a first. And I don't get why people complain. I mean, I do, but I don't see the point to it. Like I said earlier, Sony could have just said flat out no. Taken a hardline stance. Say, no, we are not going to risk potentially damaging any of our products due to modified software potentially glitching out. Which, in a way, I mean, they're protecting their customer base. And yes, I understand that we're grown-ups. You know, we're fully capable of taking responsibility for ourselves. But not everybody does. We all know someone. And everyone out there will know. They'll either be acquaintances or friends or a friend of a friend, but everyone out there knows at least one person who blames everyone else for everything. And they would be the person to go, my console broke after I modified one of my games and now it won't start. It's your fault, you built a bad product. And that's not the case. But you can't tell that to that type of person. And that is what Sony would be protecting themselves against by taking the hardline stance. And we've reached the bottom of the topic menus. So we'll go back up to the top. See, that took a while, and now they were moving fast. To download and install, it's just the press of a button. Let's see. I will demonstrate for the one, maybe two people watching this who don't have experience with this. I had to look it up myself. I'm not claiming to be an expert or a master at this. It's just really simple and straightforward. Let's see. What shall I download? This one will do. You select it and click download. It's really that easy. You favorite, delete it, disable it. I'm just going to disable it for now because I'm still playing on characters that I don't want to use mods with yet. I do have a character specifically for mods, and unfortunately I've got so many that some of them do the same kind of things and some of them overlap, and so some functions of some of them don't always run. They don't glitch the save file and they don't break the game, but they don't always do what their description says they do because of other mods. And that's something you have to watch out for. Read the description. Always read the description. There are mods that specify they need to be in the top of the load order or at the bottom of the load order. And to get to the load order from the main mod menu, you just press triangle. And here it lists all the mods you've downloaded. To enable them, just press X. Disable, you press X again. Triangle to delete. Square. Reorders. Just make sure you read the description, because some mods they rely on other mods to be installed before they will work, but they have to be either above or below the other mod file. It does specify. What else was there? Yes, there are mods that also just give insane weapons. I mean, there's one I downloaded for the laugh. Here, OP weapons. There's, look at that, that's 50 caliber rifle. It does 140 something damage, and that's just a base rifle. There's no extra mods, you know, in-game craftable modifications on it. One thing I did notice with this particular one, you can go to a crafting table and create mods for it, but if you put a silencer on the end of it, then it will change the projectiles from whatever the mod says they are back to the proper bullet type. Because there's one, it's a submachine gun that shoots rockets. I modified it to put a silencer on just because I could, and it changed it back to bullets. So that's something you have to watch out for. A lot of the mods that I've downloaded personally are just different settlements. NPC tweaks and enhancements, and yeah, I got that one for the new character, which after half an hour's gameplay was at level 202, so well, like I've said, I'm tired. It is late. I'm going to end this episode here. Next time I'll actually showcase some of these mods instead of just talking about them. Oh yeah. just one last thing. When you exit the mod menu, this pops up. Just click on OK. All it's basically doing is making changes to the game files in relation to the mods. It's nothing to worry about. I've never had a problem, but that's just me. Don't take my word as gospel. I haven't heard of it breaking anyone else's console, so it's pretty good that yours won't get damaged as well. But there's always the off chance. Mods can glitch out unexpectedly. It happens. So like the warning at the start of it said, do this at your own risk. It's your own fault if it goes wrong. And that is what we bear by doing this. We take our consoles in our hands. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone. Have fun, and until next video, ciao and good night.